Hi everyone, today we will be looking at dividing decimals. With dividing decimals, we're bringing together two concepts. One is the long division and the second is decimals. To make the calculation easier, what we're actually going to do is change this second number here of our division sum into a whole number. So what we do is we try and get this decimal point to go after our last number of our decimal. So with this one, it's pretty simple. We're just moving it here, which means we're only moving our decimal point one spot. Whatever we do on this end of the sum, we've also got to do on this end of the sum. So we're actually going to move this one to one spot. So our new sum is actually 3212 divided by 5. As you can see now, it's a much easier sum because we're only dealing with whole numbers. And that's the key. We really want this number, our second number here, to be a whole number. So sometimes you might need to move it twice, might move it 3 times, but as long as you've got that one to be a whole number, the rest of it is just like any regular division sum. So with the attempt, is just like a regular division sum. So I'm expecting this step here where you have converted this one to a whole number and you've done it so that it's on both sides of the sum, but also to set up our sum correctly. So we put our 5 here, 3,212. We write down our letters here for our strategy. So D, M, S, B, R. Dad, mum, sister, brother, rover. Okay, so to be able to show me an attempt for this sum, you are doing this step here and you're doing this step here. So it's 2 steps that I'm looking for. Okay, to gain that 1 mark. Alright, so now what we do is we do our regular division sum. So let's do our first step. So now we're going to basically go 3 divided by 5. Can we do that? How many 5s? Can't. So we're going to do a 0 here. We're now going to multiply. So 5 times 0 is 0. We're then going to subtract 3 and we're going to bring down, which is a 2. Okay. Now we're going to do the same process again, but with the number 32. So now we're saying 32 divided by 5. Now if you really struggle with your division and times tables, the best way is to actually write your multiples down the bottom. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, and we wrote our 5 times tables because our dividing number is 5. Alright, so let's do the next step. So we're saying 32 divided by 5. What's the closest? It's 30, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we write 6 here. We now say 5 times 6 is 30. We now subtract 32 from 30, so that's 2, 0. And now we bring down our 1. So now we haven't got our remainder yet, so we're going to repeat. Let me get another colour. So now we're saying 21 divided by 5. What's the closest? 1, 2, 3, 4. So our 4 goes up here. And then we're saying 5 times 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, is 20. We are now going to subtract 21 and 20, so that's 1, that's 0, and I'm going to bring down, so that's 12, and we're going to repeat. Alright, so let's do our division again. So this time we're saying, I've done this colour, might do the green. 12 divided by 5, what's the closest? It's 10, so that's 2. Multiply 5 times 2, which is 10. I am now going to subtract. So 12, take away 10, So 2 and 0. Now can I bring down? I can't. So it is remainder 2. You can also do it as a decimal point, and I can show you, we'll go through that at another time, but for now we can do it as remainder 2. Now as you can see, because we moved our decimal points across, we actually changed the sum to a whole number, and therefore we've got our answer as a whole number. So what we do in terms of our marking scheme here, you get 1 for attempting, which is to show me this step here, and to write your sum correctly. You then get 1 mark for following this process correctly. You then get 1 mark for doing the remainder correctly. Now with these are here as support strategies. You don't have to do them once you get confident in the process of long division, but if you find that you are still making some errors, please use these. Again, they're there to help you and to make sure that you get the correct answer.